What is the connection between the moon and the ruins of a prehistoric city high in the Andes? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I am doing a mini book haul. I was going to do a big book haul, but I decided to break it into 2 videos because I don't have time to do all the books that I got. So I've got 2 stacks of books that I picked up the last 2 weeks. I've got this stack that I'm going to talk about next time, and then I've got this stack that I'm going to talk about this time. They're all old school science fiction, I think. They're all classic sci-fi or some kind of variant, I think. So I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to look at the cover. I'm going to guess what it's about because I picked these up a couple weeks ago and I honestly have no idea. I might have a bit of a remembrance, but let's see how much I remember. So, Fred Hoyle and Jeffrey Hoyle, Into Deepest Space. I'm guessing it's about a scientist that goes into space to study black holes. I think. What is it? Dr. Dick Warboys of Rockets and Ursa Major, oh, is this a sequel? Is back in his new thriller along with 3 extraterrestrial friends, Beetlejuice, Regal, and Alcyone. I'm probably not pronouncing these things properly. The 4 find themselves on an enormously long space trip. As always, the Yella is the enemy. The Yella can destroy the Earth by wrapping a blanket of hydrogen around the atmosphere and then pressing a little bit of hydrogen into the atmosphere itself. That's boring. Is that scientifically accurate? I guess? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. This is the setting for a whacking good space tale, full of excitement and with the intriguing scientific details that are so important as part of science fiction by the Hoyles, father and son. There are fascinating bits on food and the sensation in distant space. 3,000 beautiful calories, a highly balanced diet for a growing spaceman, Alcyone said, handing me food dried up leaves. All of a sudden, this is changed into an excerpt. What? Oh. Sir Fred Hoyle, knighted in early 1972, is, in the minds of many of his colleagues, the world's leading astrophysicist. And his son is an economics major. Anyway, I'm interested to read this just because it sounds like, I mean, this could actually be terrible, but it could also be really good. So yeah, Into Deepest Space. We'll see. The Black Collar by Timothy Zahn. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I bought this because the cover looks like, can I say it looks super rad? What year is this from? 83. Black Collars. Alan Kane had never met any of those superbly trained guerrilla warriors, but their exploits in the war against the alien Ryquil invaders were legendary. Chemically augmented with drugs to prolong youth, double speed, and reflexes, and enhance memory, they were a special task force trained in hand-to-hand combat against an enemy far more powerful and swift than human soldiers. Okay. An ultimate weapon more insidious than a giant overcast, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, honestly, we get it. But that was 30 years ago. That war had been lost, and Alan Kane, an operative in Earth's underground resistance, had a mission to complete. A last-chance effort to overthrow the alien domination of Earth and her colonies. A last-chance effort to overthrow the alien dominion of Earth and her colonies would depend on his reconvening the Black Collar Unit, if they still existed and if he could find them. Oh. So, why didn't they fought in the war if they were so good? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Heroing or harrowing or who knows. Anyway, I bought this primarily because of the lady on the cover, because I'm like, that's like what I wanted to be when I was like 16, would be like this woman. It's because I read a lot of Dragonlance and I loved Kitiara. Anyway, this book is about a woman warrior trying to be a warrior in a land of dudes. 100% that's what it's about. It's by David Abhu. When Gianna of the city of Bay talks, nobody listens. What? The city of Bay? I'm confused already. Anyway, as far as Prince Alani is concerned, she has 3 strikes against her. She's foreign, she employs outlandish fighting techniques from the Flower Empire, and worst of all, she's a woman. Of course. When Gianna tries to join Alani's quest for the world's dream, he dismisses her out of hand. In the wilderness of the barbarous southern lands, beset by magic and monsters, wars and gods, what good can one raven-haired woman warrior possibly do? Alani is about to find out, as Gianna sets out on a quest behind the quest and discovers the truth about heroes. $10 she bangs the prince? Actually, it would be nice as if she, rejected... If he fell in love with her and then she rejected him. I'm curious. Our Mysterious Spaceship Moon by Don Wilson. Okay, I remember what this one is. This one is fascinating to me. And I'm wondering if this is actually... okay, so this is what it says. Is the moon a hollowed out spaceship sent to orbit our Earth? Was it once inhabited by space travelers? I never considered that before. When two eminent Soviet scientists recently proposed this theory, shockwaves were sent throughout the entire scientific world. Now, for the first time, a book makes available the scientific revelations that are causing a revolution in our knowledge of the moon. Here you will find the Soviet artificial moon theory in its entirety, actual transcripts from the U.S. moon missions that NASA has chosen not to publicize, as well as authoritative sightings and studies from leading astronomers all over the globe. Here you will find a compelling, enthralling, totally convincing work that opens our minds to what is quite possibly the greatest discovery man has ever made. It looks like it's a scientific text trying to prove that the moon is a spaceship. But the moon isn't a spaceship. Did this come out? 1975. Oh. How much acid was Don Wilson doing? How much? I wish I lived in the 70s. I bet it was a fun time. Fire Dancer. I vaguely remember this one. Something about these two people are the last two of their different species on the planet. I think that's what it is. The Senyas dancers, they practice their unique skills on their home planet Deva, their smooth skin glowing with complex energy patterns as they learn the power dances and mentally master the elemental forces of nature. And the Brene mentors, large fur-covered humanoids, they were the only living beings who could control and channel the power of the Senyas dancer. Yet Bren or whatever, and Senyas together could not save Deva from becoming a flaming inferno devoured by its own greedy sun. Okay, so supernova apocalypse. Somehow two survived. How do you survive a supernova? Reva the fire dancer and Katern, her Bren companion, their world had died, but they swore their people would not, and together they set out to search the star systems for others of their kind. But the twisted trail they followed soon forced them into the clutches of the evil Lu Chim, galactic slavers from whose stronghold no one has escaped alive. Got more here. Michael Moorcock, The Hololens. This cover is terrible. Volume 2 of The Dancers at the End of Time. Superb trilogy, a masterpiece of the beauty. Oh yeah, I grabbed this because I've read the first book. Which I can't remember. All I remember with the first book is that there was a woman named Lady Charlatina, and I was like, that's my new name. And that's my new name. I'm Lady Charlatina. Anyway. I grabbed 2 Timothy Zahns. This one's called Cobra Strike. And I can't even with this cover. I don't know what's going on. It looks like it's another war one. I'm guessing it's humans against humans, like colony ship versus, or a colony planet versus colony planet. If anyone had told Johnny Moreau the Cobras would one day take orders from the alien Troft, he would have laughed without humor. He'd lost too many friends during the Troft War, though the Cobras triumphed in the end. Now, though, the Troft were trading partners, and they feared what might be a mutual danger, a new race, ruthless and tenacious, that threatened human space as well as the Troft. Hey, this is like my book. Timothy Zahn. And the offer was territory. 5 new planets for the overcrowded Cobra worlds. Okay, that's not part of my book. Johnny Moreau's son, Justin, would carry the Moreau name to Tanger and learn on Koisama that it takes more than a Cobra father to make a Cobra son. Cobra Kai. Did you watch? Okay, so if you're a child of the 80s, I'm a child more of the 90s. I was born in the 80s, but I watched Karate Kid. And recently, I mean, it was a big deal when it came out, but there's the Cobra Kai show on Netflix. It's actually quite enjoyable because all the main characters are back, and if you liked the show, it kind of it's got something for everyone. It's got like the young kids for the new generation, but then the parents are actually maybe I think they're my stepmom's age. So they're about 15 years older than me. So like they're like 50, I guess, because they have teenage children. Anyway, I highly recommend the show Cobra Kai. It's stupid as hell. Like it's stupid, but it's really fun. Yeah, 2 books left. Oh yeah, so this is the last one in the other Michael Moorcock book that I had. So this is the concluding the last story in the annals of the human race, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to read this because it's going to spoil. It's going to spoil the other one when I ever get around to reading it. Not like I can remember the first one anyway. Also, sorry, but what's with that swan? Last one. Robertson Davies, The Manticore. Oh yeah, I have no idea what this is about. I just picked it up because there's a manticore on it, and the manticore looks like a vampire. A vampire manticore would be terrifying and also kind of amazing. So, what is this? A manticore is a monster with the head of a man, the body of a lion, and a tail of a scorpion. Yeah, I know. The Canadian, David Stoughton enters Jungian analysis in Switzerland because of his father's strange death. Was it an accident, or suicide, or homicide, or some kind of side? As the analysis proceeds, the manticore is among the symbols that emerge, and David learns surprising things not only about himself, but also about his father, about the schoolmaster Dunstan Ramsay, about the Libidius Liesel, and about the warped and gifted Magnus Isengrim. This novel is part of the acclaimed trilogy O. That also includes Fifth Business and World of Wonders, but it is not necessary to read them in order to appreciate the Manticore. Well, thank you. I'm glad that they cleared that up. For it can stand alone as an exploration by an exquisite stylist of those regions beyond reason where monsters live. So this isn't a sci-fi. This is like The Unicorn by Iris Murdoch, which I have and I love. That's a great book. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. Have you read any of these weird-ass books? Have you read the Weird Moon one? Where is it again? Our Mysterious Spaceship Moon. If you have, is this a joke? If it isn't a joke, I actually am more interested in it. How can we explain why rocks on the moon are older than our solar system? Because science. Because asteroids, man. What causes the strange lights that many different astronomers have observed moving over the surface of the moon? Spectrology. I don't know. What did the U.S. astronauts discover when they landed on the moon? They discovered the moon? I don't know. I wasn't there. What is the connection between the moon and the ruins of a prehistoric city high in the Andes? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. What is the meaning of the radio signals picked up from the moon and from so-called meteors speaking towards the moon from outer space? What? I don't even understand that question. What is the proof that the moon is indeed hollow? There is no proof about that. Sorry, I'm going to have to read this now. So hopefully I'll get to that in the next couple months, unless we discover that the moon is a spaceship. Maybe that's where Jeff Bezos was trying to go. Maybe he is an alien, and that spaceship is his spaceship, and he's trying to get there so bad, because he just wants to go back to his home on some planet somewhere. That's my theory. Thanks for watching.